Is there anything else in here, perhaps? All I've ever done in this room was touch the lever and leave, but I don't see anything along the walls. Unfortunately, the yaks are still blocking the door.
What are you seeking? To be honest, I never really thought about it. I'm not sure.
Well then, traveler. Always ask of yourself the questions you cannot answer, and continue seeking. There are answers here, everywhere.
Tell me about the monastery. Goodbye.
We're not getting anything out of this guy, but he does talk about humility, so again, I might ask Arthur, because at this point I feel like I've seen everything that this game has to offer, but I just can't figure out what the game wants me to do.
If anything in this monastery sounds like a long-lost alien technology, it would be transmutation. I don't think the Sosequi who created the legacy came to Shangri-La to teach the monks a more profound way of milking yaks. The Lama said that it's the responsibility of all Buddhists to alleviate suffering. We know the shrines around the monastery are dedicated to the beings suffering in the unenlightened realms. The question is, how are the shrines related to the test of the Siddha? According to the Lama, only by walking in the Siddha's path can one discover his secret. The Siddha died and is now on the wheel of life. Gage, we have to follow his path and overcome the realms of the unenlightened.
Is that not just figuring out which items to use on which shrines, grabbing the stones, and then walking up the staircase? If there's another true path which does not involve that, then I'm not aware of it.
Gage, the answer must be in the Temple Thenka. By offering the salvation symbols to the shrines, as the Buddha is doing in the Temple Thenka, you can transcend the unenlightened realms. The test of the Siddha is a metaphor for escaping the wheel of life.
Again, we know this.
I'll put it in layman's terms, Gage. We have to offer specific objects to each of the shrines.
Yeah, I know that. In case you weren't paying attention, Arthur, we've done 5 of 6. Maybe I just need to move in front of the other shrine and then try again, and Arthur will give me some more specific advice as to what to do here. There was nothing on the left here? No, there's nothing there. That way leads down towards Genghis and the other building.
The shrine of the human realm, to humbly contain our pride.
Contain. I hear the word contain and I think of a container. Alright, Arthur, do you have any useful advice for me here?
The blue Buddha must represent the shrine to the human realm of the Wheel of Life. Lama Dulsden said that the symbol of salvation is the alms bowl of the pauper, a beggar.
The alms bowl. Do I need to speak to the beggar at Atlantis?
This blue Buddha is just begging for the right bowl. You can never find a transient when you need one. The beggar in Atlantis has a bowl. If we could obtain it somehow. These Buddhist statues around this monastery are identical except for their color.
I didn't hear the word arms earlier. I think he may have said it. That may have been the word that I didn't hear. The dock, please. Are we really swapping out his coin bowl with a bowl of melted something? Oh shit, he's gone. Hell. Yeah, I don't know about that game. Why is he missing? I don't recall any plot events in Atlantis which would cause this guy to move. I don't know about that at all. Also, why would he not take that with him? Unless he perceives it as worthless. Trace levels of copper indicate that this worn wooden container has been used as a receptacle to hold something. We will never know. As soon as it said alms, I thought, yeah, okay. Alms for the poor, beggar, Atlantis. That was the key word that I was missing. Okay, we have all 6. Let me go reach a state of enlightenment. With Arthur's help. Because yeah, I could have spent a few more hours trying to figure that out, but reality is, I don't think I would have got it. Alright, let's read all of this.
The inscriptions speak of the path of Siddha Biwawa. Denied nirvana by pride, the once Siddha Biwawa found himself in the realm of the gods, complacent in their heavenly heights. Only with the Buddha's song-filled voice did he escape into the next realm, the battlefields of the Ashurus Titans. The Titans know nothing more than to fight the gods for their glittering realm and fight amongst themselves. Biwawa found himself caught within the frenzy, until he followed the light of Buddha's flaming sword. The Titans cowered before it as he escaped and entered the kingdom of animals.
Game.
In his new form, he hunted with animal cunning, forgetting all of Buddha's teachings. But something inside him stirred when Buddha appeared before him with the Book of Knowledge, and he learned once more. He escaped, but found himself within the bowels of hell.
Charming.
Biwawa is an interesting name for a Siddha. It roughly means bad man. I suppose the name foreshadowed his ultimate indiscretion with pride. Here's another tale I heard of Biwawa. Well, he's bad, a Biwawa, a baddest man in Shangri-La, wiser than a Obi-Wan, a meaner than a Genghis Khan.
Shut the hell up, please.
Biwawa heard the howls of the damned echoing the very hatred they were punished for. Terrible flame licked all around him by day. By night, he shivered in the hells of cold. Then the Buddha showed him the purifying fire that cleansed his sin, sending him traveling again to the realm of Praetus. Then he found himself among the Praetus, tortured creatures tantalized by all things material. Biwawa had never felt such hunger until the Buddha descended again and let him taste the spiritual fruit. And Biwawa felt want no more. Buddha finally bade him to return to the human realm. Humbly, Biwawa would have to begin the path anew to regain his former peace. He would need to overcome the vice of pride, the pride that made him think that he was better than others. So his atonement would only end by helping another. Then, the Sita could be again.
We're not done.
This mural must be displaying the Sitas, using their power over the elements to move through mountains and transmute matter.
Is that the legacy?
There are inscriptions that surround the images of this mural. I'll translate as closely as I can. The infinite Buddha came to our monastery long ago with the knowledge of 3 secrets: life, time, and matter. He spoke of the true path, a way to live by his virtues so that we could also share in his perfection. And he taught the Siddhas of matter that everything in the universe was composed of one energy that could be perceived, understood, and controlled.
Okay, Buddha was an alien confirmed.
From these writings, it's apparent that the Sosikwi entrusted the power of transmutation with the monks of this monastery. Perhaps the Sosikwi felt that these monks had the focus and the maturity to handle such power. The other 2 symbols represent time and life. The Sosikwi must have trusted the people of Atlantis and El Dorado with those powers for a purpose. That mural shows the Sita transforming the lotus into another form. Nice. Fine. More work. Now watch Arthur transform from simply annoyed to pretty bloody angry. I am not shouting! Come to think of it, I swear I've seen that man in the mural before. Do you think that Michael Jackson is really that old?
It's 2024. Show some respect. What was on the left here? Are we looking outside? Ah, that's the pilgrim. That's the pilgrim we saw at the very start. And I assume that this thing is the legacy. Is that actually what we're looking for? It's not. There's a break in the recording there because I stopped recording for the night. I thought that was it, but we're not done yet. Lotus, a unique lotus-shaped relic of unparalleled craftsmanship. This piece is composed of gold, precious... Once again, we will never know. Okay, what the hell do I do with that? That's the lotus there. It looks like it's underneath the green jewel. Maybe I have to take it back to that shrine?
There are inscriptions that surround the images of this mural. I'll translate as closely as I can. The infinite Buddha came to our monastery long ago with the knowledge of 3 secrets: life, time, and matter. He spoke of the true path, a way to live by his virtues so that we could also share in his perfection. And he taught the Siddhas of matter, that everything in the universe was composed of one energy that could be perceived, understood, and controlled.
Unless I can find somewhere to place this Lotus, the only thing I can think of doing with it is giving it to the pilgrim. Right, I hadn't seen what happened when we went downstairs, which is why I did not skip those animations. What am I doing with this Lotus?
The architecture in this building is beautiful. It appears to be a temple of worship or meditation.
The problem I've got walking around here is that I can't think of any place that we visited, which makes me think, oh, this is where the artifact is going to be stored. Okay, does humility mean just handing over our possessions? It does.
Goodbye.
You have nearly completed the true path. Now, for the final step, you must shed all the trappings and illusions that surround you.
Okay. But honestly, this seems like a grift.
I have finished the path. I have the artifact. Can you change it to the proper form?
Here's the transmuter?
I cannot transform this into its final form until you finish the path. To finish the path, you must be true to yourself. To be true to yourself, you must be true to others. Shrouding oneself in illusions deludes others and leads you off the path.
Are you telling me to switch into the chameleon suit?
He wants you to shed all the trappings that surround you. Whoa, Gage! Keep your shirt on. We'll figure this out before it comes to that. Goodbye.
Always tread the path, and peace will find you.
My only thought on that is we need to switch to this, but surely not. Oh!
You have nearly completed the true path. Now, for the final step, you must shed all the trappings and illusions that surround you.
Indeed. Thou must. Also, what the fuck are you wearing?
I've dropped my guys and have completed the path. Can you transform this for me?
You have completed the path, traveler. You are indeed worthy.
I assume he's going to transform it into the legacy. There we go. Also, are you an alien?
You have journeyed far, traveler, and you have completed the path by honoring the ancient virtues. And you have saved my soul by allowing me to help another. I am on a new path now. I am eternally grateful. I wish you peace, traveler, and success.
Can you give me a laser weapon or something that we can use to fight the aliens?
I have it! I found the third artifact. You're just in time, Gage. The Portales. They just entered Earth's orbit. It won't be long before they locate the TSA.
Receiving a high-priority communication from the Sarolan cruiser Aquila.
We have felt a great disturbance from the TSA. You have the legacy. If we have sensed it, believe that the Quotha lost know as well. We are sending Sarolan sentinels to assist you.
Was picking this up a mistake?
The Quothalas have breached the outer shielding. All security teams prepared to intercept. I say again, the Quothalas have breached the
Gage?
outer shielding.
Before everything gets even more chaotic, I just wanted to say, well, be careful.
This is not the time and or place for this game. Also, I don't believe they have that sort of relationship based on what happened in Buried in Time. Are we traveling somewhere?
Gage, the 3 artifacts are projecting some kind of image. I recognize some of the elements. Remember the Sasiqui symbol that the Sarolan ambassador showed us?
Absolutely not.
This pendant is an ancient Sosiqui relic that our archaeologists discovered on another planet. We believe this symbol is a Sosiqui marking that represents their legacy. The true legacy might also bear this mark.
I think we need to create that symbol by manipulating these artifacts.
It looks like a radiation symbol. Okay, that just swaps the top. Okay, never mind, there's a few options here. Okay, we could be here a while. How many options do we have here? I have 3 options if I spin this. I don't believe I can spin it on the, I'll call it like the top points. Like the base is a base and we can't change that. No, never mind, okay. We could be here a while. How are those 2 disappearing? I'm guessing this is both additive and subtractive because maybe those are pointing to the same place and they're getting obliterated. Oof, I don't know about this one. Yeah, I see 2 points there and a third one there. These must all be combining to produce the image down here, but right now I'm just struggling to see the... I'll call it the pattern or how this is being generated. Like me rotating that, surely that should be having some impact here. The hell? I can also click on it and that does something as well. Bloody hell. Okay. I could be here a while. To me, this just seems like trial and error. Nothing more, nothing less. That turns the whole thing off. Okay, hang on. Okay, so there's no rotation effect being applied here. It is literally just additive here. That's pointing right. And yeah, these 2 are here. 1, 2, if you can see it flickering there. So therefore it's getting obliterated. Okay, could be worse. We have a triple triangle on this side somewhere. No, we don't. I'm making that up. Triple triangle is there. Okay. That doesn't help. Do we have any triangles here? We have an up triangle and 2 left triangles. So it can't be that one. It could be this one, perhaps. That one's no good. And I assume that's no good either, is it? Brain hurts. But I can always rotate the triangle by doing that, can't I? Shit. I could be here a while, chat. Give me a few minutes, I'll figure this out.
When you touch the front face of one of the artifacts, it stops projecting its image into the center. That could be extremely helpful. By turning off a piece, you can see how it affects the central image. If I'm not mistaken, each artifact is projecting its forward face to create that central image. That Sosequi symbol must have a special meaning. If I were taking a Rorschach inkblot test, I would say it looks like a butterfly. Interpreted another way, it could possibly represent the struggle for the legacy. Notice the claw-like hands grasping for the 3 pyramid objects? Those could represent 3 races, all grasping for the powers of the legacy.
I actually feel like I'm very close here, but I can't figure it out. That's no good. Too much is being obliterated. Hello? There we go. Okay, got it. There we go. Whew.
The legacy was meant for all races.
So many aliens.
Agent Blackwood! Quickly, give us the legacy! The Coastal Ops will destroy us all if they claim it!
Zalorwood killers have no right to our legacy.
Can't you see the cycle is happening again? Your 2 races are battling each other over something that's supposed to bring peace. I won't let you turn this place into another battleground.
Please don't acquiesce to that. Please don't. Are we dead? Are we turning into an alien? Are we turning into Sinclair? Have we just become God?
Know that the Sosequi have long since transcended your universe. Our legacy has waited thousands of years for its proper heir. It contains the sum of our wisdom. It is the collective essence of what we were, and what we are, and what we will be. This knowledge must be tempered with maturity. Its secrets will be shared with the many races around the galaxy, but only when they are ready for such an awesome responsibility. Until that time, the legacy will be safeguarded by beings who have already demonstrated their worth, wielding the disciplines of time, matter, and life.
Humans will claim their birthright and become the stewards of the Sosequi legacy. They will share its knowledge with the galaxy when the other races have proven their worthiness.
We understand the elders, and we will obey.
It's that easy. I don't even know what to make of that. That can't be the game, surely. There's got to be something after this.
A great fate lurks in the future of humankind. Elliot told me that often. You must be Gage Blackwood.
I am. Your service was very touching, Reverend. You wanted to see me?
Yes. Throughout his long life, Elliot always believed that it was his duty to guide humanity toward a destiny. But 10 years ago, when the Sorolans came to invite us into the symbiotry, he misjudged and insisted that they had come to conquer. Blinded by his zeal to protect Earth, he acted rashly.
I was imprisoned on Vega Thalon, yes, I know. I put him there.
Gage, when you came to see Elliot, prison had already eroded his faith in humanity and his will to live.
Are you trying to make me feel worse?
He asked me to tell you that you were not responsible for his death. A great time is coming in our history, he said, and he believed that you would help to usher it in. That thought comforted Elliot in his last moments. I want to thank you for coming, Gage.
Thank you, Reverend.
Was that Sequy projection supposed to be Sinclair? I'm not sure.
He was a great man once.
Oh, get the hell out of here, Michelle.
You know, his death really wasn't your fault. Gage, I wanted to thank you. I didn't expect to see you at my hearing, but because of your testimony, they commuted my sentence.
You redeemed yourself. I only spoke the truth.
Yeah, but you put your reputation on the line after everything I did to you.
It's all in the past, Michelle. We both know we can't change the past.
Well, you can, but it causes some, issues.
Have you decided whether you're going to accept the Symbiotry's offer?
No, I haven't. I told them I needed more time.
Retirement's not your style, Gage. Besides, I think your ego would swell up too much if I had to call you Mr. Ambassador to the Quothalosser.
They gave him a body? Fuck you.
Remember, Commissioner Jack wanted you at the ceremony early.
Fuck this.
Why? Because you saved the world again. All by yourself, with absolutely no help from your friends.
All right. Point taken. I won't forget to mention you.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. And when will this magnanimous mention occur? After dessert or during the cab ride home?
I couldn't have done anything without you.
Even though Genghis Khan would make a big splash at our reception, I need to assume a more formal chameleon guise. Something macho. Gage, do we have time to jump back and meet Dick Clark? Who? Never mind. He'll probably be at the party.
I don't know how to feel about that ending at all. Other than I don't like it. And we'll never get an answer to that question because I believe they did some prototyping on Journeyman Project 4, but it never got off the ground. I'll splice in some thoughts later because I need to do some other streaming. Back in a sec. Okay, I decided to hold off recording this last little part until I finished editing the series, so I've literally just finished editing the last video. Everything is ready to go up to YouTube. I held off because I wanted to see if my opinion changed. It didn't. So, long story short, I like this game. Going back and editing it, so I could tell that I was really enjoying myself and I had a good time. And then that ending happened, didn't it? It's not Mass Effect 3 bad, but oof. I really don't want to discuss it. The only thing that I will say about the ending from a gameplay point of view is that I really hate the way the game just ended. Compare it to the previous games. In Pegasus Prime, we completed all 3 areas, and then we got kicked back to the present. And then, oh no, we've got a problem. Sinclair's going to assassinate the ambassador. We had to go back to our apartment, solve a puzzle, which honestly was really cool. We had to blow up our own apartment, which was still under construction. And then we had to take him out. And then he had a nuclear device which we needed to stop using Euler's rule of networks. Rule? Law? Not sure. But there was something there. There was some sort of tension, some sort of additional gameplay after we completed all 3 zones.
Gage, your theme music is lovely, but I think it's about time we played a little something for the kids. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Dun 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 dun. Arthur, dun dun dun. They called him Arthur, dun 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 dun. He was an artificial intelligence that was cool. Arthur, dun dun dun. They called him Arthur, dun dun. They thought that his singing was annoying, but he was no fool. Artificial as soap, artificial as rope, artificial, artificial. He will find the love that is the one for Arthur's the lonely one. Arthur.
Just as an aside, I think they went overboard with Arthur here. I get that his dialogue is still triggered by clicking on the little comments cloud, the same as Buried in Time, but honestly, I think the balance was better in Buried with Time. He was a little bit educational, a little bit sarcastic. I don't know whether he assigned numbers like 50-50 or so, but he was way over the top in this one, and honestly, I did find it distracting in parts. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so, Buried in Time's ending. We go to Chichen Itza, we grab the Environ cartridge, we take it back home, and we watch us. Agent 3 reveals her diabolical plan, and oh no, we're captured, we're taken into an entirely new region in a missile silo. We have to solve a puzzle to get out, and then we have to solve a puzzle to get out of the missile silo. We get out of our restraints, and then we have to figure out how to get out of there. And then we get out and we're safe? No, we're in an alien embassy, a totally different location, the likes of which we will never experience elsewhere in the series. And we have to solve some puzzles in there. We need to figure out how to navigate the place, how to avoid the aliens. We recover our evidence, and then it culminates with a close encounter of the alien kind. And it's good stuff. It really is. And then for the final game, Legacy of Time, we complete the 3 zones, we get taken back to the present. The aliens invade, we need to solve a puzzle which involves rotating a bunch of symbols, which we solve through trial and error or through intelligence. As you saw, it was mostly trial and error. And then after that, there is no then after that, that's it. It really needed something else rather than just unceremoniously dumping into an ending where the Saseki said, oh, humanity's actually mature and wise enough to do this. Somewhere there's an alternate version of Agent 3 rolling in her grave. But I mean, that ending, I don't think I liked anything about that. Giving Arthur a body as well, I mean, that's just hilarious. There is one other problem that I have with this game, and honestly, that is a personal problem, it is not a game problem. I've never ever enjoyed games that use the concept of stable time loops. The previous games in this series have a very, very strict rule, which is a standard rule for time travel. thou shalt not screw with the past, because we've seen what happens. We went back into the past as a consequence of someone doing something, and we had to undo it while also not causing any paradoxes. Legacy of Time basically throws that rule out the window by saying, you can use this chameleon suit so you can disguise yourself as someone. So in reality, it was you all along. And I've never liked that. I don't know whether it's just a whole you can't stop fate, that sort of thing, because it's already happened. But I've played a lot of games that involve time travel. I've never really enjoyed the ones that use that trick. And again, that's a me problem, that's not a game problem. But otherwise, I really enjoyed this. Yes, it was glitchy. That's purely because I'm playing on Windows 11 and this game desperately needs ComVM compatibility. Pretty please, devs, pretty please. And outside of this whole stable time loop thing, I did enjoy the concept of the chameleon suit. It's basically another way of getting items and using them on certain people, trying to figure things out. And I think it does lead to some interesting conversations, as we saw there. But yeah, I really enjoyed this series as a whole. I don't know if this game is the best in the series, but if it's not, I don't know whether Pegasus Prime or Buried in Time is better. They're both very, very good, very highly produced, and yeah. Honestly, this was very enjoyable. It's definitely not great, but I really enjoyed this, so I'm going to sign off here and say that I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed playing it, because honestly, I had a blast. Thank you very much for watching my mostly blind playthrough of the Journeyman Project series. The first and third games were blind, the second one was not. But yeah, it's been about 25 years. It felt good to revisit it. Alright, I'm done. My name is Random Attributes. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with something new or something old very soon. See you then.